Black Bears. It's also a matchup, Sandy, of two of the longest tenured Americas coaches, even though it's 4 and 5 years respectively for Coach Mullen and Coach Vachon. But there are two of the longest tenure, just showing some of the turnover and some of the movement in this conference, but the tip-off is up, and it is won by the Albany Great Danes as we see the starting five out there. As currently with the ball is the Cortez, and there's the three-pointer, and Hagerstrand gets it going with a triple.
Yeah, but she's right around a 36% three-point shooter, so Maine's got to be aware of that.
And a quick steal. Here's the pull-up, the up-through, and that one is good off the window and in by Lily Phillips, and a quick 5 points already for the Great Danes.
Yeah, that looked like a Maeve Carroll move, a nice little drop step-through move.
Beautiful pass in. Borman swung around to Royce, who will reset. The one thing about this Memorial Gymnasium, Sandy, as opposed to its Cross Insurance Center counterparts about 20 minutes down the road, is that it's a much louder environment because of all the brick. And you're hearing it on display as Gallego gets on the board for the Bears.
Yeah, when the pit has got people in it like they have tonight, this place gets rocking.
Again, you have all this brick on the side. A lot of movement. The acoustics are incredible on here. Cindy, let's talk about some keys to the game. First, for the Albany side to be successful and move that winning streak to 6.
Well, again, I think with Albany, as every team, they've got to try to get Simon and Carroll over on the bench and get them in foul trouble. Get the ball inside and cause Carroll to create some fouls. Don't overplay the passing lanes. If you overplay Maine's passing lanes, they're going to go backdoor on you every time. And win the rebound battle. Albany right now is currently averaging 37, Maine 33, and they've got to use their size to go after that. And get the ball inside to the paint.
And for the Black Bears, what are their keys to success here?
Well, box out, box out, box out. Albany, University of Albany is second in the conference in boards with 37. They've got to take care of the basketball. Albany's number 2 in the conference with steals. They've got to make good reads off the defense and make hard cuts and compete on every single possession. In this kind of an atmosphere, how can you not compete hard? And Maine's doing that so far.
Wow, what a couple of great plays. First, you got to give Gallego a beautiful sort of touch there on how wonderful she was around that basket before when Maine had the ball last, and then another long pass in. Hagerstrand with another bucket. She's up to 5. Now Carroll trying to get on the score sheet. Going against Cortez, and she beats her to the left block for her first bucket.
Yeah, the current player of the week, Maeve Carroll, is starting to get better and better every game. She struggled a little bit at the beginning of the season, but she's getting her game back.
Albany now working their half-court set. They've broken Maine's pressure in the backcourt recently, doing a very good job. This team is red hot, much like the Black Bears. Both teams battling with a 5-game winning streak. Shot clock down to 5. Cooper, deep jumper off the back iron. No friendly roll this time around. It's going to be knocked out of bounds, but will stay with the Great Danes.
Yeah, this is great atmosphere here tonight. The noise is bouncing off the walls in here.
First substitution of the contest as we see Ellen Hane in the contest for the first time. As she checks in, Cooper checks out. Okay, Cortez with the inbound, swung over, and Phillips will reset. Shot clock down to 15 after the reset. Phillips going right to left and finds a little bit of a seam, no good. Rebound pulled down by the freshman Gallego, who's having a great start to this contest.
Yeah, she's had a great couple of games. She was also the rookie of the week in the Americas Conference. So again, 2 accolades for 2 Maine players.
Now here's a Royce driving baseline. Good close out there defensively by Hane, and she'll force the turnover. Another substitution. We'll see Morgan Haney into the contest. She's just coming back from an injury, or an absence as well. She's had some injury-plagued first couple of seasons. Her freshman year was a stupendous one, but plagued by injuries, and then an extended absence to begin this season.
Yeah, Maine's going right into their 1-2-2 with traps. Half-court offense. Excuse me, half-court defense. It didn't affect Albany's offense at all.
Nice move towards the dish. Ellen Hane for a bucket. Score now reads 9-6 in favor of the Albany side. Now we'll see what the Black Bears do. Gave over 5 quick points, and then a beautiful pass, Carroll to Bournemouth, the grad student to the sophomore for 2.
Yeah, she has really come on strong going into conference, especially Brian. She's a 5'10" sophomore from Denmark. She's really gotten strong on the boards and offensively. Incredible
passing to break the pressure. This time that one will not drop from Igerstrand. And then the tie-up, which will favor the Black Bears with 5:44 left to go. It feels like an America East playoff matchup with the atmosphere, even though it's just a normal Wednesday night. But I guess it's not so normal when you talk about the playoff positioning and seeding that could be on the line as a result from this contest. Yeah, and I think anytime you play any team in the pit, and especially Albany, because again, they've played Albany in this pit a couple of times as playoff games, you're going to get this kind of atmosphere. And there's a big difference here as far as what's going on with this game. Both teams are trying to get battling for position in the playoffs. Pass in from Royson to Carroll, trying to beat Cooper. Cooper with a pretty good angle there defensively on the left block, making that a little bit more difficult. Tries to pass it out and finally does to Hanan. She'll reset. She's being guarded closely by Simon, who's still scoreless, but her other teammates picking her up from the Maine perspective. Her team trailing by 1. Here's the jumper to put it to 3. Yes, that's a nice bucket there from Cooper. Yeah, Cooper's averaging 12.2 points per game, 7.4 rebounds. She's 6 foot for out of Frederick, Maryland. She was our player to look at in the highlights. She's doing that right now. Borman swings it around. Now to Simon. Screen was set. Cooper doing a good job not playing off the screen. And there's going to be an offensive foul called on Simon, our first of the contest. 3-point lead, though, for Albany. 11-8 over the Black Bears here with 4:48 left to go in the first.
All across New England, business owners are finding new ways to succeed. Families are working hard to provide for their loved ones and their future. It's the spirit of New Englanders that inspires all of us to do more. It's in our employees, our customers, and our communities. Every day we do more. Because at Bangor Savings Bank, we truly believe you matter more.
Achieving greatness requires setting clear goals and maintaining the proper work necessary to see them through. Success does not happen overnight. It is about a renewed sense of vision, a vision of what you want to be. Game changers see a window of opportunity and seize it. Change requires strength. That's why we've partnered with Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen offers a product you can trust, unparalleled service, and the team will be with you from the beginning of the project to installation and beyond. If you're looking for a renewed sense of vision, go with Renewal by Andersen of Greater Maine, the official replacement window and door company of the Black Bears.
Hammond Lumber Company is honored to have been recently named one of the best places to work in Maine. Hammond has always recognized the value of their employees, and they strive to provide an outstanding workplace environment. At Hammond Lumber, they understand that they are only as good as their team, and they are the best. To explore opportunities to join the Hammond team, visit hammondlumber.com and click on the We're Hiring link. Hammond Lumber Company, proud to be one of the best places to work in Maine.
I've got another place I think you'll like. It's newer construction with high-end amenities and an open floor plan.
Wait a minute, Bananas. This is our house.
Hey, Bananas, I know the perfect home for you.
He's home. If real estate is your game, call the Big M, Emily Ellis, the official home team of the Black Bears.
Big-time playoff atmosphere, and we're seeing some other student athletes at the University of Maine supporting their women's basketball team. Members of the baseball team, football team in attendance here, trying to cheer on their Black Bears. Currently number 3 in the American standings, UAlbany number 2. But with Stony Brook not being allowed to be in the postseason tournament, you could be realistically fighting for potential playoff positioning and hosting the tournament throughout if you can win this game. It'll at least give you that leg up before that second matchup in the Empire State here.
Exactly, and this is why this game is big and important right now. And it's always been that way in this athletic department, Brian, that all the teams have supported each other throughout the seasons.
Great support for the University of Maine for the Field Hockey Championships, which were hosted here just a few months ago in Orono. Black Bears ultimately winning that. Here's a spin move jumper. It's going to go off the side. Beautiful rebound. Putback's going to be a tad too long. Nice effort from Hane. But unfortunately for her and the UAlbany Great Danes, no points on the board.
Yeah, Maeve Carroll, another great rip for a rebound, averaging 8.3 rebounds a game.
Now the Black Bears. Rockwood, who came out before the last time out, still out there for the Bears. Simon drives in, the dish out. That jumper's been so good to Carroll, but not this time.
You saw 3 defensive players for UAlbany converge right then on Ann Simon, and I think that's their scouting report.
Soft touch there. Haney with a 3-point bucket. That's her first 3-pointer, first points of the contest. Player-to-player defense being shown from UAlbany. And that's going to be a foul called there. That one's going to be picked up for first foul on Vert, who also just checked in.
Yeah, that was a smart play on Rockwood's part because, again, she had a 6'1" player defending her going up the court, and Rockwood is much quicker than that. Smart move.
So Vert with the foul, Simon with the lone foul for the Black Bears as they'll get to inbound this one right in front of the UAlbany bench. We were talking about it, Sandy, but there's been some rivalries that the UMaine women's team has had over the last couple of years. Stony Brook probably stands out the most. It's a pass in, deflected. Rockwood comes out with it. But UAlbany and Maine used to battle back and forth, specifically during those Richard Barron coached years with the University of Maine, that they had such a rivalry, and it's seeming like it's going to renew it again this season.
Well, when you're on top of the conference for as long as Maine has been, it seems like everybody's a rivalry. But again, it's been true. Stony Brook, Vermont used to be a big rival. And then Albany, of course, has been the team that Maine seems to be playing in the playoffs a lot. So again, huge rivalry as we see this play right here.
Yeah, the foul will be called. That'll be on Rockwood, her first, team second. Also interesting, too, speaking of rivalry, Coach Colleen Mullen knows a lot of the rivalries. That one missed by Cooper being harassed by the students underneath her basket. But not only is she the coach of UAlbany, she was a former UNH Wildcat, so she's seen both ends of the spectrum of disdain towards the fans, or vice versa.
Yeah, and she also understands how good Maine has been consistently year after year after year. And you know, Brian, it's really good to see the students getting involved in this game. It's an actual college atmosphere in here. Not quite the Cameron Crazies, but still putting up a lot of noise.
Black Bears find themselves currently down 15-8. Been a while since they've got some points on the board. Ain't Salmon trying to change their luck, but the long reach there by De Cortez pulls down the rebound once more.
Yeah, Maine's got to get a defensive stop here.
De Cortez listed at 6'3", but using her size and reach to really wreak havoc on the boards for the Black Bears defenders and rebounders.
Yeah, she's got some long arms, and she's caused Maine problems in the past too at the post position. She is 6'3". She's averaging 6.3 points a game, but 5.2 rebounds a game.
Gallego and Heaps in for Maine and UAlbany respectively. Simon crosses the timeline with 2:34 left on the clock. Almost a miscommunication there, but and a turnover. A good job by the junior Simon. Simon, nice crossover. Drives right side of the lane, but again right there, De Cortez, but this time she'll draw the foul, and free throws coming for the first time tonight for Maine.
Yeah, used her body very, very well. And you can see right now, you can almost watch UAlbany's game plan here. Go ahead, get after, double up on Simon. If she attacks the basket, go after her, try to create an offensive foul.
Well, if you're Maine, that's kind of what you need to do. This is an extremely good rebounding team. Second in the conference. So if you can drive in, you might be able to exploit some of the maybe not less than settled feet to get free throws like you saw with Simon there, bearing the first.
Yeah, Maine right now is number 7 in the conference with 33 boards, but they're only 8.8 rebounds offensively, 24 on defense. Albany is at 12 offensive rebounds per game and 23.8 defensive.
Steinman still without one from the floor, but now with 2 points. Back to a 4-point game. Maine was showing some backcourt pressure, player-to-player defense. Haney, good dribble moves. Noticing this Albany team extremely quick. Not just size, but has some speed as well.
Well, they play 3 post players usually, and those post players are 6 foot up to 6'3", but they're still very mobile and very, very quick on their feet.
Cooper trying to get in. Cortez, she's got just a second or so, and then the travel comes before the incoming shot clock violation.
That's good defense on Maine's part.
Igerstrand back in there again. Maine also will bring on another freshman, a little bit more size. They'll sub out Carroll in for Adriana Smith.
Connie's back in as well for Albany.
Here's the dribble down the court. Royce also scoreless in this one. More of a facilitator, but she can usually average a good almost 10 points per contest.
Well, she will definitely match Albany with quickness, that's for sure.
Gritty effort by the Black Bears on Sunday just to eke out that second victory in as many games. This one, the drive towards the window and off the glass and in. And Simon now 4 straight points.
Great execution off the top of that screen at the top of the key. Great execution.
Now it's a 3-point contest once more. Albany trying to add on. Haney going across the top. It swung around. Hane trying to get it to the Cortez. Now back. Hane drives in. Harassed, but cleanly. The block there by Smith.
And again, the freshman Smith has come on strong here too as Maine has entered into conference play. Physically, she's very, very strong. You see this, she comes over to help, gets a hand on that shot. I think that was all ball.
Officials agreed with that sentiment. Igerstrand. That's a shot clock violation. Seemingly did not realize that did not hit the rim, and she was dead in the water there as the buzzer sounds.
Yeah, that can be deflating to a team real quickly if you're not paying attention to that shot clock.
Black Bears with under a minute left to go have a chance to get this to within 1 or to even tie the contest up. Big battle by DeCortez and Smith underneath. It's the pass up to the right elbow. Simon trying her hand at 3. That's going to be a little long and off the baseline and out of bounds.
A little bit rushed. The defense was coming out hard off that screen.
7 seconds exactly of differential between shot and game clock as Cooper returns to the floor. Cortez comes out. We also see Borman in for Simon, who will get a momentary, I imagine, breathe.
Yeah, and that's a smart move on Coach Vachon and her staff to bring Simon out with 30 seconds left. She cannot afford to pick up a second foul this early in the game.
Did see her in some foul trouble on Sunday versus Binghamton. She was able to stay on the floor and did not pick up that 5th foul. Here's Cooper. This one. Free throw jumper's good.
Yeah,
5-point advantage.
What a sweet shot she has. She just stops and pops. Good release on her wrist. Good follow through.
5-point advantage and 5 points up on the board for Cooper. Royce and the Black Bears looking for the final shot of the quarter. Royce, the hesitation, the drive in, an open lane to the left side, and that one is up and through. It is a 3-point contest. Albany, though, will take the 3-point advantage into the break as we'll come back with second quarter action after this. Great start to this contest by Kayla Cooper, 5 points, and she's really just dominating, Sandy. That mid-range jumper, as you see right there, and then another one right there.
She loves it right around that free throw line for sure. And there's a steal there for them, but no wonder she's 50% from the field. She's taken 215 shots and made 108. But what's interesting, she's 0 for 1 from the 3-point line. She likes to camp out right around that high post line.
Higher percentage shots for sure. Maine also shooting 60%. Albany just 46.7 from the floor. But those 3 offensive rebounds for the Great Danes really paying dividends in a 3-point lead.
Yeah, and they're a very, very good offensive rebounding team.
Black Bears make a stop first time around defensively, now trying to make some noise on the offensive side. Eating up some clock, 20 seconds already eaten up by this offensive possession. Beautiful pass, but a little low, still loose on the ground. It's going to be a tie-up. Black Bears will get the ball after Albany started off the quarter with it.
Yeah, Alvaro Royce is always looking for that cutter. Usually has a nice little dribble drop-off pass.
Ann Simon's having a little bit of, I'm not sure if it was not an equipment malfunction, but something had fallen off her jersey that a fan had given back to her.
Yeah, but that was, it's not a mouth guard or anything,
No,
I don't think.
not sure what it is. She just kind of tucked it, and she'll figure it out at some point.
There
Not affecting her shot, as she's able to hit a second one from the floor. 6 points now from Ann Simon.
Yeah, that one, her feet were set, her shoulders were squared up, and she had a good release. She didn't rush that one at all.
America's leading scorer. She has been phenomenal this season, picking up some of the scoring slack. The leftover points that was there after Dorsar, Blanca Milan, and Kelly Fogarty. After they left the program by graduation and also transfer. Another block there by the Black Bears, their second so far of the contest.
Yeah, that was by Maeve Carroll. She's number 5 in the conference with blocks per game.
Did get the offensive rebound for just a moment. Now here come the Great Danes. Igerstrand into Cooper. Again, this is where she's so deadly, and again, third time today, she hits one from mid-range.
You cannot allow her to pivot and square up. You've got to make her uncomfortable with pivoting and squaring up to the basket.
Back and forth we go. Seemingly, this is going to be what it's going to be like for the full 40 minutes. We've already seen it for 12. Good defensive work there, but just a nice angle by Maeve Carroll as she gets on the board for the second time in as many quarters for 4 points.
You can almost see that determination on Maeve's face. You score on me, I'm going to score on you.
Back to a 1-point game. Albany doing a great job, but what a nice move there. Unable to get points, but the rebound is there. On a back-out reset. Phillips at the top of the key.
You know, this game right now is reminding me when I coached here, Brian, and we used to have the football team come in and just basically hang out over the railings, and we've got some football players over there right now hanging out over the railing over there.
Unfortunate miss for Albany. Great Danes had an opportunity to make this a 3-point game again. Now a chance for the Black Bears. Maine has not led in this contest. Here's Simon. That's a deep jumper, and that one is good. As Ann Simon heating up 4 points this quarter, 8 overall.
I don't think that ball touched the net, but that was a perfect setup once again by her teammate Maeve Carroll as far as screening that over for her to get wide open on that little dribble off to the side. And
a timeout on the floor. Albany needs to address some stuff as they're trailing in this one 20-19 with 7:12 remaining in this first half of play.
At the University at Albany, we see greatness in you. There's passion and purpose, a fierce curiosity, ready to blaze big ideas and tackle the tough questions. We see grit, drive, determination. The University at Albany is home for dreamers and achievers just like you. The world needs greatness, and you are one of the greats.
Clothing that works as hard as you do. We've got it. Miller's Workshop, for brands that work.
Out here, if you have the will, you can lead the way. With the all-new Fisher Easy V V-Plow. Purpose-built to provide industry-leading features, performance, and efficiency. Just like the other V-Plows in our lineup, but in a lightweight design that's ideal for businesses and homeowners using half-ton trucks. A strong yet versatile plow that handles the work and won't back down. The all-new Fisher Easy V V-Plow. Built for Fisher Nation. For more information, visit fisherplows.com.
All across New England, business owners are finding new ways to succeed. Families are working hard to provide for their loved ones and their future. It's the spirit of New Englanders that inspires all of us to do more. It's in our employees, our customers, and our communities. Every day we do more. Because at Bangor Savings Bank, we truly believe you matter more.
Dirigo Pines is a place where you belong. It's not like home, it is home, featuring independent living, assisted living, specialized and memory care. For older adults, Dirigo Pines is a community living option to suit your specific needs with activities that you're sure to love.
I love it here. I think my apartment is lovely. I think the people are very friendly.
Dirigo Pines is what a vibrant, active community looks like. Contact Dirigo Pines today about our current move-in special. Dirigo Pines, welcome home.
Brand name footwear for hard-working days and laid-back nights. We've got it. Miller's Workshop, Acme Road in Brewer, for brands that work.
That's our Black Bear score update presented by Hammond Lumber Company. Family owned and operated since 1953. Brian Stackpole, Sandy Thomas coming to you from the Duncan broadcast booth. UMaine runs on Duncan. Delighted to be with you here on this Wednesday evening into the night, as it's probably the marquee matchup, I have to imagine, for women's basketball fans in conference. 2 versus 3, and another 2, by the way, for Kayla Cooper.
Well, that was just a good feed pass by De Cortez, and then Cooper just positioned herself really well below that block.
So Albany wasn't trailing for very long, back on top by the slimmest of margins. Gallego back in there for Maine, by the way. One thing you will notice is a lot of substitutions for Albany. They don't have a single player over 28 minutes per game, or I should say over 29 minutes. They might have a shade above, some contact underneath, another block to Cortez with another one of a rejection variety. Heaps comes out with it.
What's interesting to me, that was Albany's 10th point in the paint, just scored by Cooper just then, but Maine is up 14-10, scoring in the paint.
Blackbears really haven't tried a lot of long-range shots today. Sometimes they live and die by the 3. Sometimes they're more of a darting and diving team. Vert for a mid-range jumper, no good there. Rebound out to Royce, the point guard for the Black Bears.
And that's what you can do, a smaller team against a bigger team. You can box out and win the competition, but it's really tough sometimes to keep them from scoring inside when they're so much bigger.
Now here's Simon for the Bears, being guarded closely by Vert. 3-point look for the UMaine side. Junior is unable to connect on this top opportunity. Laney over to Cooper. She'll swing it around. Now to Cortez. Just over 5 minutes and change left to go in the first half of play. Good box out by Borman, and she gets the defensive rebound.
Well, Maine should be used to defending this because Albany runs a little bit of that Princeton offense that Maine runs. So they're used to defending this in practice every day.
And the Blackbears executed so well and so efficiently. The one little wrinkle I've noticed from Albany's offense is they're getting down the court very quick, even with a backcourt pressure. I think that's why you're seeing the Blackbears start to pull back into a more half-court defensive set.
Yeah, because you can't leave Cooper alone at the top of the key, and you can't let their big players get inside positions.
This one from the corner, no good. Another rebound for Royce.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of pink uniforms in front of purple uniforms on those defensive boards.
Royce trying to get some space. Now finds a nice pass into Carroll, and a beautiful assist by Royce once more.
She squeezed that bounce pass through a very, very small space. Perfect pass to Simon.
Getting a handful of assists already is Alba Royce. 14 assists versus UNH earlier this season, and of course leads the America East with 5.5 on average, 29th in the nation. So I don't imagine that won't be the last.
Well, it's interesting. Maine has number 1 in assists in a Royce and a point guard, and they have the number 5 player, Maeve Carroll, at 3.2 in the post position. So they can pass well from the guard position, they can pass well from the post. But the Princeton offense will create that. That'll create those kind of good passes. Good hustle on defense there by Maeve Carroll, and I think that might have been Alba Royce on the floor as well.
So it'll be Albany getting the inbound after the possession arrow, favoring them this time around. Pass in, Higer strong. Then a loose ball taken away. It's right in the midst of Boardman.
Yeah, that's just quick hands on Albert Royce's part to tap that ball out to Caroline Bourneman.
3:40 left to go on this clock in the second. Maine on top by 1. Immediately harassed is Carroll, then the defense backs off. The pass and the miscommunication ends up finally back to Gallego somehow. She goes right to the right block, pulls up, and banks it home.
Yeah, Maine got lucky on that one. She should have kept going on that give and go, and she stopped, but she recovered on that turnover.
That's the second time they tried to go to Gallego. There's been a miscommunication and an offensive foul called here on Hane. That'll be her first and the team's first in the second quarter of play.
Well, with 3 minutes left to go in this half, Maine definitely has the momentum going for them.
You see the miscommunication, but Paola just staying with it, gobbles it up, and then puts up the 2. She's got a half dozen.
Yeah, she's another player that has really come on strong for Maine that they desperately needed. It couldn't be just Simon and Carroll scoring all the points and Albo Royce occasionally. They needed a couple of players to pick up, and they have done just that.
Gallego checks out. She's 2 points shy of her best career mark of 8. Simon back in. She's trying to swing it in. Passes haven't been as crisp for Maine, but the results are. Carroll again working that left block for 2.
Yeah, Maine right now is just picking Albany's defense apart with that Princeton offense.
Largest lead of the contest so far for the Black Bears, up to 5.
You know, Coach Mullen is calling for the whistle to be blown, but I don't even think you could hear the whistle being blown right now in this gym.
It is a very raucous gymnasium, a lot more tight confines here today. Cooper trying to get this one in the block. Beautiful up and under, and Cooper again getting the 2.
That was definitely a pretty move. She showed the ball high and then went up and under and just was wide open on the layup.
She's got herself a palindrome, 11 on the board for her. 5 in the first, now 6 in the second. Rockwood will try her hand at 3, in and out. Good box out there, Heiderstrand.
Yeah, she had a little bit of an arm on Bourneman, but she did a good job with her feet moving.
Now a chance for Albany to cut the deficit even more, or even tie it in this possession. Cooper, absolutely shoved. I think there might have been, not necessarily that was malicious by Carroll, but might have been like a little bit of a tie up there, and she kind of exerted more force than she thought.
And I think Olivia Rockwood looked like she was cutting through there to defend her player. Yep, she was, and kind of got in the mix.
Almost like a little bit of a foot entanglement there too. Yep, so you see the foot, the left foot or the right foot of Carroll kind of tied up the right foot of Cooper. Beautiful inbound, by the way, and another 2-point bucket. Hane with the basket.
Yeah, that's a nice out-of-bounds play right there. Wide open on a pass in for a layup.
Always keep an eye on the foul trouble for the Black Bears. Oh, what a fake out, though. Simon can't finish on the right side as she's asking for a foul.
Yeah, I think she had to hold up there quick because she did not want to pick up that second foul going into halftime.
Both teams have only committed 3 fouls, and no one has more than 1 foul so far. So good, clean game so far in this contest. Just as I say that one, Alba Royce will pick up the foul. It'll also be her first.
Well, again, it's a very good physical game, both on Albany's part, Albany's part, and Maine's part. So I'm glad to see the officials are letting it be played.
Still very far away for bonus for both Maine and Albany. Good hesitation and pump fake. Cooper, though, right underneath the bucket, though, somehow gets that up and through with an acrobatic effort.
Talk about great court awareness. She knew exactly where she was underneath that backboard.
Baker's dozen now for the Frederick, Maryland native. Lead once more over the Great Danes. Maine been a little cold and quiet as of late. They led by as many as 5 points just even a minute and a half ago. Deep jumper for Simon, and she tickles the twine.
Yeah, with Ann Simon, you can always tell when her shot's going in because she's got that nice soft touch on the release of her wrist. When she bricks them is when she pushes it with her arm a little bit too much.
She's up to double digits now again. I think she's only missed the double-digit scoring mark like once or twice this whole season. Incredible. 8 seconds on the shot clock. And then the takeaway. Maine looking for the last one. That's the 15th straight game she's had double-digit Simon, by the way.
Yeah, and that's number 8. Maeve Carroll's number 8 in the conference with steals.
A Royce for 3. Got it to go into the break. Buzzer sounds. And it will be a 4-point lead coming up with the Bangor Savings halftime report. We'll talk to you at 5 and 5 right around the corner as well.
Yeah, Vermont's really, I think, playing well right now. NJIT has struggled in a couple of games that they probably should have won that they didn't. So again, it'll be interesting down the rest of the way.
This is such a crucial game for the Black Bears in particular because they still have another game on the road versus Albany. And here's the three-pointer from the corner, no good. Rebound still pinballing around. Gallego comes out with it, and the Black Bears will get a nice fresh stand.
Yeah, Albany right now was in their 2-3 zone. They've come out a little bit to harass the ball, but they were definitely in their 2-3 zone.
Also, just a note, beautiful no-look pass, Simon. 5 on the shot clock, and that'll be a turnover called on the Black Bears. Interesting to point out, though, the Great Danes, even if you include out-of-conference, 11-0 on their home court. They are unbeatable, at least in the first 11 contests when playing at home.
Well, all the more reason why Maine needs to beat them here. It's going to be a little bit of a tough game when they go there, although this is pretty tough right now. Both teams are playing very, very well.
Well, the Black Bears have a tough road to hoe coming up as well, but we'll go over that as we progress in this broadcast. Black Bears trying to force a turnover. Albany with great ball movement. Igerstrand for the 2 from the baseline.
Well, that's what's going to happen when you do that pressing half-court trap because somebody's got to get back. They cannot allow a player behind them. They cannot allow an Albany player to get behind them in the back of that zone pressure.
Black Bears work the ball around the perimeter. They'll find Ian Simon, baseline jumper. Bounces around but doesn't find its way through. That's another rebound by Igerstrand. Now Cooper, she's excelled in that area. Heaps though for the 3. Front rim, gets her own rebound, put back up and in. That's a great hustle effort for Gracie.
Yeah, and Albert Royce just put up her hand to Coach Vachon because Albert totally did not box her man out and therefore she scored.
Tie game just like that after back-to-back buckets. Maine trying to get it back. Borman taking her time and buries the 3.
Yeah, she has become so good from that spot-up three-point line. She gets her feet squared, her shoulder square, and she has time to release that shot without rushing. That's money.
Black Bears have been beat in this pressure, as example right there, but then the block. But I wonder if that's going to be a foul, and it looks like it will be the case. Our first one of this second half, and the second on Maeve Carroll. And then back to the substitution game we go. Lily Phillips out, Morgan Haney in for the Great Danes, and free throws coming up for Kayla Cooper, who's excelled so far this one.
Well, interestingly enough, Albany has got some veteran players, but you have Haney coming in as a redshirt sophomore, and Phillips going out as a freshman. There's some good young talent on that Albany team.
Yeah, it's a really nice mix. 2 seniors, 4 juniors, 3 sophomores, 4 freshmen. Maine also relatively young, just 1 player who's either a senior or a grad student. That's Maeve Carroll. 2 for 2 is Cooper, 3 for 4 on the contest as well overall.
Well, you credit Maine's work ethic as well as the coaching staff's effort in helping to get these younger players so much better. They've gotten used to the quickness of the difference level of the quickness of D1 basketball as compared to high school and the physicalness.
Borman for 3, trying to go back-to-back. Box out effort. We'll stay with the Black Bears there. A little tussle underneath, but no foul called there.
And I really like Paula Gallego's play. Again, she was Rookie of the Week this week, and deservedly so. She plays tough at both ends. Doesn't always put on a lot of points, but she's got a hand on a ball all the time. She's everywhere.
Played sparingly in the early parts of the out-of-conference, but really started to gain Coach Vachon's trust as the season went along, and now starting consistently for the Black Bears. Pass in. Here's Carroll, the up and under. This time won't go. Good defense there by the forward, De Cortez.
Yeah, misjudged that backboard just a little bit because she was wide open after she made that step-through move.
Great Danes looking to take the lead once more. De Cortez looking for somebody. They'll find Igerstrand. Igerstrand past the Heaps, back over. Here's the 3 on its way, in and out. De Cortez using her size, but will step out of bounds. And you thought that might have been just the opportunity they needed to take the lead again, but looks like her foot was just on the line.
Well, that's again a good trapping defense on the Black Bears' part, down low underneath the basket. She didn't have any place to go.
Ane into the contest once more. as the revolving door from the bench continues. It's almost like hockey line changes, but just one at a time as opposed to 3 or 2.
Well, I'm not sure if she's exchanging out defense for offense or vice versa, or just trying to keep everybody fresh.
So anyway, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Very highly respected coach, especially what she's done with his team this season. The drive and some collision. Carroll comes out with it. Just going to throw up a prayer. Did get it off in time, but the shot no good with the desperation attempt. Opportunity number 2 for the Great Danes to take the lead back. Haney with it.
Yeah, again, Albany getting a lot of nice looking cuts, getting some hard cuts wide open.
On to Heaps now. To Cortez. Nice up and under. Doesn't go through, but again using her size to knock it away to her teammate. And then the second chance opportunity. Hane can't get it to drop. Now here come the Blackbears using some speed. Alba Arroyce double teamed in the corner now. Somehow finds Carroll. The whistle will sound, and I think Amy Vachon called a timeout maybe a little bit prematurely after she saw how Alba Arroyce did a Houdini effort. But we will step aside. Come back in just a second. Maine with a 1-point lead.
At the University at Albany, we see greatness in you. There's passion and purpose, a fierce curiosity, ready to blaze big ideas and tackle the tough questions. We see grit, drive, determination. The University at Albany is home for dreamers and achievers just like you. The world needs greatness, and you are one of the greats.
Clothing that works as hard as you do. We've got it. Miller's Workshop, for brands that work.
Out here, if you have the will, you can lead the way. With the all-new Fisher Easy V V-Plow. Purpose-built to provide industry-leading features, performance, and efficiency. Just like the other V-Plows in our lineup, but in a lightweight design that's ideal for businesses and homeowners using half-ton trucks. A strong yet versatile plow that handles the work and won't back down. The all-new Fisher Easy V V-Plow. Built for Fisher Nation. For more information, visit fisherplows.com.
All across New England, business owners are finding new ways to succeed. Families are working hard to provide for their loved ones and their future. It's the spirit of New Englanders that inspires all of us to do more. It's in our employees, our customers, and our communities. Every day we do more. Because at Bangor Savings Bank, we truly believe you matter more.
Dirigo Pines is a place where you belong. It's not like home, it is home. Featuring independent living, assisted living, specialized in memory care. For older adults, Dirigo Pines is a community living option to suit your specific needs with activities that you're sure to love.
I love it here. I think my apartment is lovely. I think the people are very friendly.
Dirigo Pines is what a vibrant, active community looks like. Contact Dirigo Pines today about our current move-in special. Dirigo Pines, welcome home.
Brand name footwear for hard-working days and laid-back nights. We've got it. Miller's Workshop, Acme Road in Brewer, for brands that work.
A little history being made here. Ann Simon entered the contest just 8 points away from 1,000. And guess what she did? She dropped not just 8 points, but even more than that. That was the basket that got her over to the 1,000-point mark. And she's already bested that already in this contest. Ann Simon joining the ranks of the Blackbears. This will be the 4th, by the way, Blackbear to have 1,000 in the past 3 seasons.
And I believe she just went past Monica Peterson and is about 50 points behind Lisa Cormier.
Maeve Carroll hoping to be in that range. She's got a little ways to go, and this will be her final season. Good effort for Arroyce, but even better job there battling by Haney. Alternating possession will go back to the Great Danes. See if I can do the quick math here. Maeve Carroll was entering today's contest 133 points away from 1,000. So if you do the math on how many games she has left, she's going to score at a pretty decent clip, but it's still a possibility for the fifth-year player from Maine.
Yeah, she's only 18 rebounds away from 700 career rebounds as well. So she could have a banner year here as she goes down through, and she's playing so much better than she was at the beginning of the season.
Also want to give a shout-out, too, to Ann Simon. And she's doing this all as a junior. Rarefied air as the Black Bears. We were actually talking about it before the contest, Sandy, and we're like, it's really impressive what the Black Bears are able to do with Ann Simon in just those 3 seasons, including a shortened sophomore season a year ago. But another time out on the floor, Black Bears still leading by 3, 36-33, our score.
All across New England, business owners are finding new ways to succeed. Families are working hard to provide for their loved ones and their future. It's the spirit of New Englanders that inspires all of us to do more. It's in our employees, our customers, and our communities. Every day we do more. Because at Bangor Savings Bank, we truly believe you matter more.
Achieving greatness requires setting clear goals and maintaining the proper work necessary to see them through. Success does not happen overnight. It is about a renewed sense of vision, a vision of what you want to be. Game changers see a window of opportunity and seize it. Change requires strength. That's why we've partnered with Renewal by Anderson. Renewal by Anderson offers a product you can trust, unparalleled service, and the team will be with you from the beginning of the project to installation and beyond. If you're looking for a renewed sense of vision, go with Renewal by Anderson of Greater Maine, the official replacement window and door company of the Black Bears.
Hammond Lumber Company is honored to have been recently named one of the best places to work in Maine. Hammond has always recognized the value of their employees, and they strive to provide an outstanding workplace environment. At Hammond Lumber, they understand that they are only as good as their team, and they are the best. To explore opportunities to join the Hammond team, visit hammondlumber.com and click on the We're Hiring link. Hammond Lumber Company, proud to be one of the best places to work in Maine.
I've got another place I think you'll like. It's newer construction with high-end amenities and an open floor plan.
Wait a minute, Bananas. This is our house.
Hey, Bananas, I know the perfect home for you.
He's home. If real estate is your game, call the Big M, Emily Ellis, the official home team of the Black Bears.
Back in, I was going to say Bangor, I'm so used to saying it, Orono in our Duncan broadcast booth. Score right now, 36-33, Albany on top, as that's our Black Bears score update presented by Hammond Lumber Company, family owned and operated since 1953, and that was a short-lived update, as there's a nice bucket there.
Yeah, another pretty shot by Hane. She was a nice, I think that was by Haney. Morgan Haney, number 15, I believe, scored that. Nice, pretty little jump shot.
It seemed like these two teams couldn't get too far apart from around 3 or 4 points, so we're back to a one-point contest again. Zone pressure being put on by the Albany Great Danes, almost daring the Black Bears to shoot a three-pointer. Shot clock dwindling. Ann Simon's going to pull up for the jumper. She will. It will hit the iron. Rebound still being battled for, but eventually the forward, De Cortez, gets it out, and here running are the Great Danes. Thought about it for a moment was Hane. Instead, we'll get it over. There's Vert. Igerstrand.
Yeah, Albany is very patient with their half-court sets. They're looking for that best shot and the best cutter.
Pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound by Maeve Carroll. Good box out and positioning there. Black Bears will retain the 1-point lead. Under 3:30 to play in the third. Little push there by De Cortez. I think the fans, I noticed it, wanted that one.
Yeah, a little bit on the forearm, I think. And that's definitely a no-no. You cannot take any kind of advantage with putting your forearm on somebody.
That's one of those ones, though, you hope you can sneak in a little bit, get a little bit of an advantage, and you know what, if you're not trying to do a little bit of that, what are you doing out there, right? You're gonna try to get every edge possible.
Looked like a little bit of a carry on that dribble as well.
And then a little bit of a push on the other side of things. Maeve Carroll a little physical, so go on both sides. This one right into the breadbasket, and again being harassed is Maeve Carroll. This time it will result in a foul called on Albany, their first one of the quarter.
Yeah, Maeve Carroll is always right in the mix, whether it's for a rebound or a loose ball, as we see here. The clock starting to run. A great grab by Maeve Carroll. She gets hammered from behind.
We'll see the return of Lily Phillips into the contest.
I think we're seeing this game pick up a little bit, even more so in its physicality. It's getting a little bit physical out there at both ends right now.
Again, Maine desperately needs to win this one because that Albany side is so deadly at home, as we alluded to earlier, 11-0. And also the opportunity to basically wrap up that home court advantage, depending on how things play out, if they could beat Albany on the road. And that would be a big boost to this chances for the Black Bears as Alba Arroyo scored 3 for the first time.
Yeah, there's that high arc hitting the rain cloud shot of hers. It's good.
Only 4 points in the first half. Really started to come alive. Then a 3-point opportunity for Albany as that one is up and good. Count it. And the free throw coming up as Hygerstrand goes to the strike.
Yeah, and they just took advantage. That was a good high-low look by Albany. They saw the height advantage down low. Simon ended up being on Hygerstrand.
Leon Hygerstrand from the junior, 6'1" from Stockholm, Sweden. Buries the three-point play the old-fashioned way. We're back to a 1-point game.
Albany has 3 players from Sweden with Hygerstrand, Vert, and Hane, all from Sweden.
Nice little international feel, sort of like the Black Bears, and the Black Bears a little bit more abroad in terms of more European players, including that one right there, the Spanish sensation, Arroyo.
Yeah, that's amazing how she can get that shot off every single time over large, taller players.
Right now the Black Bears have 4 different countries on the floor. Pretty impressive out there. A lot of America's teams have that international flavor for sure.
Well, more and more teams are looking for that, I think, because usually with the European players, and that's a travel, good defense, usually with the international players, they're a little older. They play against older when they're overseas, so they're playing against more experience and gaining more experience. So the coaches are starting to look a little bit more for that.
And you notice, too, a lot of these European competitions, they're high level, a lot of matchups and difficult play, like Vert. We talked about a freshman. She was the shooting star of the year for her Swedish championship side. Is another basket for the Bears.
I believe that might be the largest lead for Maine in this game so far.
It is. Matches it at 5 points. Alba Arroyo now a dozen.
Yeah, this would be a statement to the conference right here if Maine can beat Albany right here.
Especially with Stony Brook looming, but the quick answer back. Big one for Haney.
Yeah, Haney's got a really nice touch, good release, nice and smooth.
8 points, then the takeaway. Miscommunication between Simon and Bornman. Hygerstrand takeaway there on that one. Under 40 seconds left to go in the third. Heaps. Hygerstrand going hard and getting fouled, and more free throws coming up as she careens towards that backdrop.
And you know, that's a good foul by Rockwood. I'm not sure if Rockwood has any fouls right now. I don't think she does. She may have 2. That's her second. But that's still a good foul, going hard to the basket.
Make them earn it from the stripe, right?
Exactly.
And also one of those ones where you know for a fact that she's not going to get the and one, because that one's not going to come anywhere close.
And that's It's Higerstron, and she's 78% from the free throw line. So again, she's capable of making these, but misses them both.
A rare 2 misses. This will stay with, oh, I thought it was going to stay with you, Albany, but it'll be Black Bear basketball.
Yeah, Maine's got 32 seconds, game clock, and 30 on the shot clock, so.
Good defense from Heaps. I don't know if the Black Bears picked up the dribble with a Royce, but then a foul will be committed by Simon. Black Bears just seemingly frustrated, and Alba Royce kind of got herself cornered.
Yeah, I don't know what Maine is with timeouts right now, but that's definitely a situation where Alba Rice, as the floor general out there, should have been calling a timeout if that was going to be a trap here. She's really stopped there and kind of throws it out there.
Again, we were kind of kitty-cornered from our vision perspective. That is foul number 5 of the quarter by the Black Bears, but I don't think Royce had picked up, I don't think she had dribbled the ball yet, so she could have at least tried to dribble out of it with her speed.
Not so sure she had much room, but I do believe Coach Vachon was over there trying to get her to call a timeout.
By the way, the foul is on, I believe, Simon. Thought it was called on Simon. Nonetheless, the Black Bears 20 seconds, tie ball game. As that is the case, Simon now dealing with a little bit of foul trouble.
I think she's got 3, I think. She's going into the 4th quarter with 3.
3 seconds. Royce finding the seam and getting the basket again before the buzzer.
At the buzzer.
Maine with a 2-point edge entering the final 10. We'll come back. One team was going to have that get snapped. And right now, it's really living up to the expectation. Neither team wants to get that first loss in a long time.
Well, we were talking about how often Albany substitutes. Well, this could be the reason why. They've scored 14 points off their bench to Maine's 0 off their bench.
Black Bears starting lineup doing a great job, and so is Ann Simon. Not only 1,000 points for her career, but another basket here.
And she got sandwiched in there. A little surprised there wasn't a body call on that. And I think Coach Vachon is letting the officials know that as well.
Simon, 8 points in the first half, held scoreless in the third, but picks up the point scoring in the second part of the second half. And then Maine will be called for a foul, and the Boo Birds will be echoing down here. Fan base for the University of Maine not happy. And neither is Amy Vachon.
Yeah, Amy's telling them right now, that's the very same play happened down at the other end, got sandwiched in between, and no call was made. And that was a very, very late whistle on the officials' part. For the most part, they're doing a great job in this very physical game, but that was a late whistle.
Coach Vachon still in the ear of the official here. And that one goes down finally through for Cooper.
Well, Coach Vachon doesn't want to get a technical here, that's for sure.
16 points for Kayla Cooper. Has not scored a basket from the floor yet in the second half, but has gotten 3 free throws down. I don't know what the delay is here.
But again, what a steady, consistent player, though, Cooper is. You can tell she's one of those that's got good leadership qualities at both ends of the court, as well as just being able to score at will.
Yeah, averaging 12.2 points per game, but having a phenomenal night, 17 overall already. And still a lot of ball game left to go in this one. So back to a 2-point game we go. Alba Royce, little stutter step, goes in, handoff to Gallego, and another beautiful assist, Royce to Gallego.
You know, every single player would love to play with a point guard like Alba Royce. She dishes, she looks for her teammates, makes sure her teammates get that scoring opportunity.
Gallego perfect from the floor, 4 for 4. 8 points matching her career best mark. Now they feed it in to Cortez. And then back over. 3-point attempt around, pops out, and then a rebounding foul called on Cooper, which will bring some cheers from the Black Bear faithful.
And again, it proves my point that a smaller team can out-rebound a larger team as long as they do their boxing out well. And that was case in point right there. A little tougher to defend that height and get down at the other end to score easy points in the paint. But Maine's been doing a really good job of boxing out on the boards.
Black Bears were out-rebounding Albany in the first half. That has kind of flipped a little bit. Right now, 21-19 edge for the Great Danes over the Black Bears in that department. Shot clock already down to 10. Simon drives in. This one up. Looks like it might have been partially blocked. Keeps there to gobble it up.
Yeah, Albany is definitely collapsing every chance they get on Ann Simon.
Keeps at the top. Swings it over. That one to Vert. Now to Cooper. Double team for a moment. Then a miscommunication at the top. Though right there is none other than Morgan Haney. She drives in. Dish back out. Three-pointer in the corner. It's good. Huge one by Freya Vert.
Yeah, she looked like she was sitting on the bench over there on that one.
First basket from the floor. She now has 5 points, though. And we are now a 1-point game once more. Royce, nice dish in. Simon swinging around the perimeter again with under 7:30 left to play. Royce gonna try to use her speed. Drives in, the dish back out, and a collision right by the Maine bench. And that'll be a second foul on Boardman. Another substitution in here for Albany. As that's Hane back in there again. Cooper will get a breather.
Yeah, Coach Mullen and her staff, excuse me, they do a very good job of rotating their players in.
1-point game again. You can see a Royce just trying to knock that one away.
Haney's got a good handle. That's a good matchup.
Nice spin towards the basket, and Albany has the lead once more after that one by Higerstrong.
Yeah, Higerstrong hasn't really been as involved as Albany would like to get her involved in.
Lead for Albany again. Timeout by Coach Vashon in the Black Bears. 50-49 our score from the pit in Orna.
At the University at Albany, we see greatness in you. There's passion and purpose, a fierce curiosity, ready to blaze big ideas and tackle the tough questions. We see grit, drive, determination. The University at Albany is home for dreamers and achievers just like you. The world needs greatness, and you are one of the greats.
Clothing that works as hard as you do. We've got it. Miller's Workshop, for brands that work.
Out here, if you have the will, you can lead the way. With the all-new Fisher Easy V V-Plow. Purpose-built to provide industry-leading features, performance, and efficiency. Just like the other V-Plows in our lineup, but in a lightweight design that's ideal for businesses and homeowners using half-ton trucks. A strong yet versatile plow that handles the work and won't back down. The all-new Fisher Easy V V-Plow. Built for Fisher Nation. For more information, visit fisherplows.com.
All across New England, business owners are finding new ways to succeed. Families are working hard to provide for their loved ones and their future. It's the spirit of New Englanders that inspires all of us to do more. It's in our employees, our customers, and our communities. Every day we do more. Because at Bangor Savings Bank, we truly believe you matter more.
Dirigo Pines is a place where you belong. It's not like home, it is home. Featuring independent living, assisted living, specialized in memory care. For older adults, Dirigo Pines is a community living option to suit your specific needs with activities that you're sure to love.
I love it here. I think my apartment is lovely. I think the people are very friendly.
Dirigo Pines is what a vibrant, active community looks like. Contact Dirigo Pines today about our current move-in special. Dirigo Pines, welcome home.
Brand name footwear for hardworking days and laid-back nights. We've got it. Miller's Workshop, Acme Road in Brewer, for brands that work.
Service assist of the game presented by Renewal by Anderson. A Royce to Simon. We've seen it so many times before. That was point number 1,000 for the career for Ann Simon. But again, the dish from Albert Royce. When you're looking for window and door replacement, Renewal by Anderson is always there to assist. Call 207-275-6122 to set up your free design consultation today. And a three-point bucket by the Black Bears to retake the lead once more.
Yeah, you give Caroline Borman time to set up, and she's deadly.
Three-point bucket for the third time tonight, or second time tonight, I should say. We got threes on the mind. Maine back up on top again. This is the 7th lead change, by the way. That'll be a long rebound back out, and Gallego will say, I'll just let it go and careen all the way off the baseline, no problem.
But if you looked at that, you saw that Maine's players, every one of those pink uniforms out there, were in proper position to put a body on a U Albany player to box them out.
3 Black Bears in double digits, 10 for Carroll, 12 for Simon. Alba Royce up to 14. Borman close. She's got 8. Also Gallego at 8. So we can see a couple more Black Bears reach that. Here's Carroll trying to add on. Unable to get that one through. De Cortez with the rebound. 17 and 12 for Cooper and Heigerstrand, respectively, for U Albany to lead the way.
Yeah, that would have been a good make for Maine to go up by 4 with 5 minutes left to go here.
Couple timeouts in the pockets for both coaches. That's about all the stoppages and the turnovers, fouls moving forward. Should be some very good game action. The drive in. Heigerstrand for the jumper, no good. Rebound by Borman. And this is a big one for the Black Bears offensively.
Yeah, and again, you saw every one of those pink uniforms in proper position to box out.
They really stand out, don't they? This one swatted out. Last touch by a purple jersey. And again, the substitutions return. This time Cooper and Heaps coming out to the floor.
Yeah, and so far, those substitutions have scored 17 points to no points from Maine's bench.
Again, rebounds 22 to 19, favoring the Great Danes, but a pretty close margin considering where they were in the conference rankings. Oh, a nice pass to Gallego. No career best, 10 points for Paula.
Yeah, and Alba Royce is the epitome of a point guard because she knows when her teammates are going to be exactly where she needs them to be for a beautiful assist.
That's assist number 5 for the sophomore. Learned of the tutelage of Dorsar last year, but played some significant minutes. But boy, has she progressed in just year number 2. Then the takeaway. Speaking of progression, there's another sophomore, Caroline Borman, who's been on fire in conference play.
Yeah, Maine needs to be really careful with this possession right here. With 4 minutes and a half to go, they need a good shot and a good possession.
Little crease open for Albert Royce, but she didn't like what she saw. Instead, she'll give Borman for 3. She'll miss that one. Caroline knew it right away. The Cortez down on the ground. Heaps, Borman. And then finally, a timeout will be called, and a smart, wise call by Coach Mullen on the UAlbany side.
I'm not so sure if they could have called that possession, though.
Ooh.
We'll see.
Interesting to see, though, for Maine's perspective, coming up a little lame is Dave Carroll. You see here, a little collision. She got rolled up on a little bit there on the leg.
Yeah, there was no team possession there. That should not have been a timeout.
Interesting, though, Carroll got rolled up on her right leg, but she was clutching at her left leg, so hopefully she's okay. It looks like Smith will check in for her, though.
Well, she's over there behind the bench right now. Looks like she probably had a cramp.
Yeah.
Looks like she had a cramp, and the trainer over there is trying to help her stretch that out.
I'm not a doctor, and I'm not going to pretend to be one, but normally when you get that leg rolled up on, and it's the other leg, it's not as bad as if that leg that got rolled up on is the one that you're clutching right away. Usually that one is a little bit more concerning, but we'll keep an eye on that as we go through this broadcast.
Well, just another reason why these players should always be making sure that they're drinking plenty of water, because that's what happens a lot when you haven't taken enough water input. You're going to start to get cramps in those legs with as physical and tough a game as this is.
I mean, it was a heat wave, too, in the central Maine area. It was a balmy 37 degrees at one point.
Exactly. Beach weather here for Maine. I'm sure plenty of students on campus had shorts on today, I'm sure.
Little harassment by a Royce. Here's the drive in. The floater up and good. Perfectly executed there by Honey.
Yeah, Honey's a smart player. It's been a good matchup between her and Elbow Royce.
Silky smooth back to a 2-point game. Actually, I want to correct that. Haney.
Yeah, it was Haney. The Honey and the Haney.
Yeah. And the Boardman for 2 as well. Caroline with a nice basket there. She's got 5 in this fourth quarter of play and a cool 8 in the second half.
Well, neither team right now can afford just to exchange baskets. They've got to make a couple of possession defensive stops here.
And he gives it to Heaps. Cortez finding a little bit of room, and then the freshman, Adriana Smith, just ripping the ball away. It'll stay with the Great Danes. Good news for the Black Bears. Maeve Carroll's about to come back in the contest. Also returning into the fray is the junior, Higerstrom.
Yeah, again, Smith is going to develop into, Adriana Smith from Maine is going to develop into a pretty nice player. She's physical. I like the way she uses her body. She's strong.
It's going to be a big opportunity for the Albany side. They can get a basket here. It's back to a 2-point game. Maine makes a stop. They had a chance to make this a very tough 2-possession game, or a 3. Top of the key 3. Haney buries it, and that's a big answer back.
Yeah, she's back. She was gone for a little bit, but she's back, and she really leads this team in scoring.
13 points, including 10 points in the second half. She's had 5 in each of the third and fourth now, and we still got some time left on the clock in the fourth. 1-point game. It seems like we've been destined to have this be a 1-possession contest to the bitter end. Here's a Royce with it. 5 on the shot clock. The spin move. The dish over. Gallego blocked by Higerstrand. Then the throw up, and that's going to miss everything, and that will be a turnover. As the official staring down one of the spectators here. I don't know if he had climbed out on the court, but
yeah, I think he was standing up complaining about the no call.
Yeah, there was some contact underneath. The officiating crew's been pretty good all game long. Give them credit, even though there's been a lot of physical play. But now a chance for the Great Danes to take the lead once more. We've had 7 different lead changes, and that's going to be a travel.
That's going to be a travel.
So a break for the Bears, and bad luck for the Great Danes there. And again,
I'm sorry, Brian, go ahead.
I was going to say just the changing for Albany. A couple substitutes.
Yeah, that's been consistent throughout this whole game, and she's done a good job of rotating those players in and out.
You see Lucia de Cortez back out there. Here's the drive. Royce, some contact, count it and 1. Alma Royce, the vim and vinegar, and the chance for 3.
Was waiting there just a second to see if they were going to call that a blocking call or a charge. Yeah, there was movement there, so it's a good call.
Alba Royce just taking care of business in the second half. Absolutely on fire. 16 points, a chance to make it 17, and she's 7 for 8 with 5 rebounds, and you can only imagine what the assist total looks like, too. I know it's at least 5.
She's the smallest player out there on the court, but I'll tell you something, she is probably the most physically fit player out there, and that gives her the strength to play with it the way she plays.
17 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, I just checked, and more importantly, a 4-point Black Bear lead with 2:05 to go.
Yeah, Maine's playing really, really good defense right now, full court and in half-court defense.
Here's the handoff. Vert to Heaps. She's going to take a deep 3-pointer. Oh, I thought she was online, just a tad too long, which is amazing for how long that was away.
Yeah, and Maine had done everything it was supposed to do. They had boxed out, kept people out of the paint, but it was a long rebound off a 3-point shot.
Already down to 10 seconds on the new shot clock.
Yeah, Maine, this will be good for Maine right here if they can get a stop.
Haney just trying to get some space, going against the freshman Gallego. Finds Higerstrand going in, missing the shot. Cooper with the offensive board. That opportunity no good.
That was some physical play right there.
That one might be the one Great Dane fans look back on and say, oh, we needed that one. Second and third opportunities.
Yeah, Maine needs to take a good shot here. They got 17 seconds left on the shot clock.
What an effort from Morgan Haney, coming back from an absence early in the season. And she's come on very, very strong.
Yeah,
trying to get back into game shape. Sorry, Sandy.
Yeah, every player out there in that court right now for Maine needs to know how much time is on that shot clock.
Timeout on the floor as well. 59-55. It'll be Black Bear ball with 66 seconds left on the clock. Actually, it'll be an official review. They'll check things over. But what a contest. We went into this, Sandy, sometimes these games don't really live up to the hype because sometimes you'll have a 2 versus 3, and one team will just come out strong, punch the other team in the mouth, not literally, but figuratively, and they'll walk away. And sometimes you have classic battles in the conference play like we're seeing today.
Yeah, and everything fits into this game. It's a cancer awareness game, which is always gets crowds involved with the T-shirt offers and so forth. And it's in the pit where the crowd can get very, very involved in the game. And there's so much riding on this game as far as possible. Home court advantage in the playoffs. So, and I think both teams have played exceptionally well. They both run kind of the same offense. They both play a little bit of 2-3. They both play a full court man and some traps and so forth. So again, this is a battle between two teams that are very much alike.
Well, I do also have a Black Bears score update from the capital city of New York and the Empire State. On the men's side of things, it's a Black Bear 58-50 lead versus Albany, looking for their second conference victory of the season. On the road, Black Bears up by 8. And that, of course, brought to you by Hammond Lumber Company, family-owned and operated since 1953. I'm Brian Stackpole, joined by Sandy Thomas here in the Duncan broadcast booth as Maine runs on Duncan.
Well, you know something? That Maine men's team has been so close in so many games this year. And they have improved in just about every game. It's just being able to find that one way to get them over the hump for a good road win. That would be helpful to them going down the stretch as far as improving in every single game.
Of course, Vermont leading the way on the men's side, but then it's just kind of a mix of teams. No one really running away with that second spot as the Black Bear fans getting rowdy. Big game for both teams coming up. For Albany, it'll be taking on Vermont, who's currently situated in that number 4 spot overall. For the Black Bears coming up, it's just the 10-game winning streak of Stony Brook entering tonight on the line down in Strong Island.
Well, we've got 8 seconds on the clock. Maine needs a good percentage shot. And there it is.
Ann Simon for 3. Got it! Cash money for Ann Simon.
And I guarantee you that was a play that was set up in that huddle by Coach Vachon on that timeout.
Largest lead, by the way, Sandy, of the night.
Yeah, Maine needs to be smart. They need to be very smart.
And Coach Amy Vachon telling the fans to get up and get loud. She wants to see it. Officials trying to get the Black Bears back on that half of the court, but the three-pointer is crisp.
Yeah, and again, great pass from Elbor Royce. Great footwork by Ann Simon, getting herself squared up to that basket, and a nice release. And it's so good, Brian, to see students getting into this game. Sometimes down at the cross center, the students, for whatever reasons, can't get there or whatever. But this is what college basketball is all about.
Ann Simon, 15 points, no rebounds, a little surprising, but she's doing a lot of different things. Oh, and by the way, in the contest today, picked up her 1,000th point. 4th Black Bear to do that in the last 3 seasons, as they have had such a run of success. So congratulations to just the junior from Luxembourg, really putting her name on this athletic program, which has such a storied tradition in Oregon.
Yeah, and I really believe this is the best complete game that I've seen the Maine Black Bears women's play this season. At both ends of the court, they've just played so strong.
Foul called on Borman. She's been picking them up in bunches recently.
Well, she's got a tough assignment out there. She's been switching on and off. She's been on Cooper a few times. She's been on Hagestron a few times.
Just her 3rd foul, so she's still a little ways away from getting removed from this contest by that. And again, the troubles for a usually pretty sure shooting forward in Hagestron.
78%. That's a pretty good percentage for free throw shooting.
When's the last time she probably shot a free throw with this much noise, though? And misses again. 1 for 5 on the night, and the rebound is pulled down by Borman and an immediate timeout by the Black Bears.
Yeah, that's a good rebound by Caroline Borman. She has become such a player as we've headed into the American East Conference. She's really done a great job stepping up.
Sandy, I'm just trying to wonder. We've had some loud broadcasts here in the pit, but usually it's reserved for the month of March. But I'm pretty sure it's just still February, correct?
Well, the band, the dance team, student sections, And the fact they're getting into this game and having a good time. And once again, that's what college basketball is all about.
It's just an atmosphere that's usually reserved for the America East quarter or semifinals when they happen here from the Memorial Gymnasium. But boy, oh boy, it is rocking on a Wednesday night. The fan support has been amazing here. And kudos to them for coming out here to support their team on this special Cancer Awareness Series game as well.
And that's also the culture that Coach Vachon and their staff produces with their teams, is to have a culture that just produces where everybody wants to be a part of the team on campus.
Foul called on Albany. That's just their third foul, so they still need to commit 2 more to send the Black Bears for some free throws. Good streak, though, by the way, for Borman, just getting enough space to get that inbound pass in on the 4th second of 5.
Well, Maine has to be careful right now, taking care of, this is critical for them to just take care of the basketball right now. Because Albany's going to keep fouling until they get there. So again, good passes, take care of the basketball.
By the way, De Cortez comes out of the contest as she picked up her 3rd foul. I think that's probably why. It's probably an offensive defensive switch.
Yeah, I'm sure they want a quicker player out there on the floor.
Well, it looked like they were trying to tie it up, but they'll get the foul called anyways. Officials will usually be fairly quick on the whistle, regardless on those ones where they know it's normally a fouling opportunity. And that was kind of what I think the beef was there for Hane was.
Yeah, the officials, I think, are doing their best to make sure nobody gets hurt as this game has gotten a little bit physical. But again, for the most part, the calls have been good, clean calls. They've missed a few, but again, this is the intensity of this game. That's understandable. I know no official has ever refereed a perfect game, no matter how good they are.
Even you, Sandy, back
well,
in the
I
day.
refereed for 10 years, and I never refereed a perfect one.
A hush, a silence here on the Memorial Gym crowd.
That
Simon
might
up
do
to
it.
16.
Yeah, if she makes this one, with 32 seconds left, there's always the 3-point shot, but that might do it.
It is a 9-point advantage, but you're talking about a plethora of threes in a short amount of time. Quickly down the court, and a quick foul by the Black Bears. Not the worst thing out there, because it eats up some time off the clock, and you got to get another inbound coming through.
Yeah, that's not a bad foul at all.
No continuation for Haney's drive. Maine does not want to foul, though, in the active shooting. If it's an open look, I guess it makes sense. But it also, from here on out, their fouls will result in free throws. This one, the 2-point opportunity, swatted back out. Heaps is just going to take the NBA range 3-pointer, just barely misses it.
Oh,
Haney with a nice rebound, and then the steal from Gallego, who's done a little bit of everything.
She's another player that's always in the right spot at the right time.
Under 10 seconds left. And Simon says, let's get loud and let's celebrate 2nd place in the America East. Win streak up to 6 as the Black Bears snap the 5-game winning streak of the Albany Great Danes and pick up the 64-55 victory. And what a win for the Black Bears.